So in this meeting, me and Elizabeth sat down to talk about the food truck design.
I saw the storyboards that were put up recently too, and those were looking pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really great. So it's basically, you don't have to read the script right now, but the thing that is a little different there than what I've told you is that it's only 5 trucks. So basically, the fish is going to have 3 different trucks, and the pig is only going to have 2. And the way it's going to happen is that after the pig is watching the fish, after the pig is seeing the fish for the first time and like gets upset and opens a fish and chip stand across from him, then we go back to the fish, and he's like looking very angry, and then he actually like changes his cart while we're still watching him.
Okay.
So it's not going to be like a cut and then it's like a brand new cart. He's actually getting upset and like throwing all the food on the floor and like putting up a new sign and like setting up some like new ingredients like really fast, and like now it's an omelet bar, like a ham and cheese omelet bar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're switching from a Mexican food truck to an omelet, like bacon ham and cheese omelet bar.
Okay, so like between the 2 trucks, like do you want like the structural integrity of the truck to remain the same, and then just the general like decorations?
Yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to talk to you about, because that's going to be like a little more challenging than just making a new stand, and then it gets even worse after that. So basically, he's kind of throwing things on the floor and like using some of the pans to like make it into an omelet bar instead of a truck, and like it turns into an omelet bar, so there's no like top, or like he kind of like demolishes the way the truck is into like a bar, like an omelet bar. So it doesn't look like the truck anymore, and he puts up a new sign by himself, like with like nailing it on top of the old sign.
Okay.
So it's kind of it has to look a little bit like the old truck, but a lot less, like with a lot less stuff, I guess, and a new sign. So when I'm looking at the stuff that you've drawn, I think that the lower left one, do you see what I mean?
Yeah, the lower left one.
So the lower left one would be better, because that way you can kind of like just shatters the four poles holding up the little roof. And they like fall on the floor or something. I'm trying to think. And then there's got to be some way of like putting up a new sign. I'm not sure how. Try to see what you can come up with. Like the sign is gonna collapse, like the New York Best Pork Tacos thing is gonna collapse, and
just like, so when I'm designing these trucks, you want me to like keep in mind like the versatility in the design, so that it's a basic shape, but then it can be like remade into a lot of different shapes.
Yeah, which is I know it's a little more complicated, but
no, that's cool.
So that's the first thing that happens, and then we're still looking at the fish, like when he's like putting up the new cart, and then when he's done, he's like happy, and then we move the camera to the pig, and the pig has a new stand. Like he already made a new stand, so we haven't seen the pig make all the changes. He's just so fast that it's already like a sushi stand.
Okay.
So like by the time he got done like making this whole new crazy cart, and he's like breathing heavily and like all exhausted, the pig is like with the Japanese clothing and like all like just slicing sushi stuff, and for that I think the sushi stand on the bottom right is better.
Okay.
I just like the traditional style, and the one on the upper left is like a little more creative.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted like how more like realistic like things you would actually see, or like more kind of
right.
I guess
so I do want
theme parky, like
No, you're right. I do want it to be non-realistic and like exaggerated and funny, but it needs to be immediately recognized. So like when you see that thing on the bottom right, you immediately understand that this is a sushi place. And on the bottom left, I don't immediately understand. If I didn't read the sushi sign, I would never guess it's a sushi stand.
Yeah.
So like it needs to be registered very quickly, but you can still do a little crazier stuff on that style. But like with the cat, like that's really cute over there, and the chairs like immediately give it away. So that's all great. If you want to add more like weird stuff and whatever, like funny ideas that you have, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So we see that, and then we go back to the fish, and he's like more mad, more angry, and he does the same thing. Actually, he breaks down even harder, and he throws more things on the floor and like builds a new sign. And this time, when he puts up the new sign, he's like writing it by hand. So it's like supposed to be like handwritten. It's not even like a nice sign. It's like an ugly, crazy sign that just says just bacon. I think it's like he doesn't even have any ideas anymore. He's just like he's only selling bacon. And there's like a tagline saying nothing but bacon. I think, I don't know, I have it on the script.
Okay.
So he's like really like frantic, and then when he's done with that, he gets the tomato on his head, and then like the whole thing the protest starts, and the pig is like laughing at him, and then the pig gets also like hit with a tomato, and then we see like a protesters in front of them, and then the rest goes like and then we have the last card, which is the green juice, organic. I don't know. I gave it a name on the script. You can look. I don't remember what it is.
All right.
So it's a juice bar. You can make that as boring as you like. Like that needs to be not fun looking, like not interesting. It needs to convey that this is not something they enjoy doing, and it's like they just have to do it because that's what the people want. But it's very boring and
Okay.
Yeah. Like obviously green too, like the color.
Like, would this be built from both of their trucks combined? So like,
No, that's a we have like a cross dissolve. It's like a new shot. It's a whole new world.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, a new truck, and there needs to be like room for both of them. So basically, one of them is the one dealing with the customers and like getting the money, and the other one is the one pouring the juice.
Okay.
So and they need to be close to one another. So like keep that in mind for the inside of the truck.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, and so there's just like one machine there with like a handle, like a blend what do you call it? Like blend shakes handle kind of thing.
Okay. How like populated do you want? Like, lots of like little tiny accessories, or keep things simple?
I think just for choosing the design, you can keep it simple, but also take in mind like the more like the better it looks, the more chances that it would get picked. So like you want to basically sell each one of those as best as you can without like going crazy into like small details. But you can put like soy bottles and like chopsticks and stuff like that, or like you can populate it a little bit.
Okay, got you.
I don't know if I want to actually use a pig, because like all the people in this world are animals, and we know this. So it seems like it would be like too much for someone to actually draw the face of one of the people. But I think writing pork tacos by accident wouldn't, like, it could happen. Like that would be like, oops, like I forgot that there's a pig living in this world. So you can still have some kind of like logo or like icon, maybe like a taco or something, but just not a face of a pig.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good.
And you'll read in the script later. It'll help you maybe visualize it better. But there's a part where, for the sushi stand, where the camera zooms in on like all the types of rolls, and like a very dramatic thing when you see like a lot of types of fish, like fish rolls, to like emphasize how bad it is. So like bear that in mind, that you need to like have a section for the menu. You know how like Japanese places always have like these crazy menus where like you see a picture of like all kind of sushi.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a model. Like, do you want like a 3? Because like I've been to several types, and they've got some of them, just pictures, and others have the actual like plastic models that you can check out and visualize your food before you order it.
Yeah, we don't need the plastic models, but it's more like a menu where like there's the name of the thing, like I don't know, sashimi or sushi, salmon sushi, spicy tuna sashimi, whatever, like all the names of the stuff, and like a little photo on top of them. And I
Okay.
have listed a bunch of stuff to put in there, but you
Okay,
can
cool.
add more.